Hey friends, today we're making an easel and I'm starting with the baby wipe technique to paint the surface that we're going to be using over and over again. This is going to be an interchangeable easel that you can add a different center to for different holidays and seasons. You know how I like my interchangeables. So first you're going to start with the baby wipe, dab it in some paint and just smooth it over your surface. If you'd like to have it dark, leave it darker. If you'd like it lighter, just wipe it off with your baby wipe. This D-ring that we have right here, it looks like a D-ring. And there's also something that looks like a buckle, and those are going to be part of the stand that holds your easel upright. Next, we're going to take a sponge. This is just a makeup sponge or an art sponge. I will put all of the links to the products that I use either in the comments if you're on Facebook or Instagram, or if you are on YouTube, you're going to find them in the description. So you're just going to dip your little sponge in some paint, tap most of it off so that it's not drippy on your sponge, and paint away. I'm using a nice soft green for the, it kind of looks like ivy that goes on the top of the easel. That is glued on permanently. There's a leaf, a pumpkin, a flower, and I think I did the button a little bit earlier. You might have seen me do that when I did that frame. So go around and pat everything with your sponge. I did go back after I filmed this and did a second coat, so it was, you know, the colors were nice and I didn't miss any spots. So just go on, take your time, enjoy the process. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of shading, and all I do when I'm doing this is I put like a corner of my flat brush into a lighter color orange and the other corner into a darker color orange, blend it on my palette, and I put the darker side of the paintbrush anywhere that there would be a shadow. So obviously under the middle segment of the pumpkin and around the back side of the heart, that would be shaded. So I just went in and added a little bit of that blended orange on all of the pieces. Have fun with this. If you make a mistake, you can go back over it and change whatever you like to do. And I also did a little line work. I didn't really like the way I did that leaf, but then after I started working on the pumpkin, I realized I like to do those lines with the dots. Those always work with my country pieces. It's so cute. So I did forget to go and do the base of our interchangeable background here. So I went back in with the baby wipes and painted that up. I didn't want it too dark, so I lightened it up as much as I could and then started assembling everything. Here's the frame. We'll go back and put the back on later. Here's the ivy. Just need to do like the middle part of that so it sticks to the top. Next, we're going to do Hello Pumpkin, and you might notice that my N on pumpkin broke off as I was picking it up, but just glue it back together, a little dab of glue, you'll never know it broke. So if that happens to you, do not panic. There's the base of our pumpkin and the center. See how that shading makes it all pop? Put the leaf on, the little heart comes next, and the flower with the button on the center. I'm using a glue that's sort of like a super glue, and you got to be really careful not to get that on your fingers, but use whatever glue that you like. This is the back, and that's the belt buckle part and the little D-rings. So put those all together, and it's ready to stand up. Are you ready? This is going to be so fun. I love it. What else can we put on this easel? Can't wait to hear your comments. Thanks for watching.